What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Crypto over RedBull. And on the previous episode, we covered the Sui blockchain, which is my favorite layer 1. And in today's episode, we are going to be covering my favorite layer 2 blockchain, Infinaeon, the infinitely smarter blockchain. But before we get started, if you can go ahead and hit that subscribe button and give a 5-star rating, it is much appreciated. And remember, nothing I say is ever financial advice. I'm giving you my opinion on what we cover, and it's up to you to do your own research. So go ahead, pop open that Red Bull, and let's go. So the first question, what is Infinion? It is an Ethereum layer 2 solution designed to enhance decentralized finance by ensuring long-term asset appreciation and sustainability. It operates similarly to Base and Arbitrum, utilizing Ethereum as its gas token while introducing a unique mechanism that redistributes gas fees to support value stability. So when I'm looking at any potential opportunity, be it a real-world asset or a digital asset like Infinion, one of the first questions that I personally ask myself is, does it identify a problem? And if so, how does it solve that problem? So when we're dealing with DeFi, there's one persistent challenge that stands out: the development of projects without a clear strategy for enduring growth. This shortfall in planning results in a vicious cycle where investors aim for rapid profits and then divest, leading to a decline in both project support and asset value. As early investors exit, the project suffers from a loss of essential support, with promotional budgets from the initial hype phase rapidly diminishing. This pattern not only undermines the project's credibility, but also underscores the pressing need for sustainable models that can withstand the unpredictable nature of the crypto and DeFi markets. So what is the solution that Infinion has come up with to solve this problem? Well, Infinion presents a transformative layer 2 blockchain solution that pioneers a new paradigm in asset value stability. Central to Infinion's architecture is the Infinion Plus asset, a mechanism designed to continually increase in value, thereby safeguarding the worth of tokens within the ecosystem against depreciation. In contrast to conventional blockchains, where fluctuation in the value of native assets might adversely affect other tokens, Infinion introduces a protective layer. Infinion Plus is engineered to ensure that each token linked to it remains at a minimum value that only appreciates over time. Through the normal course of blockchain activities, the value of Infinion Plus increases, thus solidifying the stability of all interconnected tokens. This distinctive feature establishes Infinion as a trailblazer within the Layer 2 framework, offering an innovative approach to preserve and augment digital asset values by guaranteeing an upward value trajectory for every token. Infinion delivers a secure and dynamic platform for decentralized applications and financial operations. Infinion not only redefines the concept of value stability in blockchain technology, but also sets a benchmark for asset growth and network integrity. So let's go over exactly how this ecosystem is going to work. There's going to be 3 tokens that operate the entire ecosystem. We're going to have the native token, the LP token, and the gas token. So starting off with the native token, this is going to be the main benefactor of the chain. This will bring recognition and assure the long-term viability of the blockchain. Every transaction on Infinion contributes to the native token's value through a unique gas fee system. A percent of the gas fee contract is used to buy the native token. Some will be burned and some will be sent to the staking pool. This increases the value of the native token for investors and facilitates compound staking. Compound staking will provide long-term stability for the token and very attractive APYs, currently with a 6-month option, and there will be an introduction of both a 1 and a 3-month option. But that's not all for the Infinion token, because it is too paired with Infinion Plus, which we're going to touch on that here in 1 second, and it benefits from the LP value increase. With every transaction, you're not just moving assets, you're actively participating in making your held tokens more valuable. There will be 420 million tokens in circulation at launch, with a starting price of 0.0442 per token. This token will go live on April 22nd, 2025, and pre-sale is currently ongoing to April 17th if you're interested in the Infinion native token. So the LP token, known as Infinion Plus, which is going to be the backbone of this ecosystem and what allows the Infinion blockchain to continually grow in ETH value. But how does it work? So 20% of gas fees are allocated to the Infinaeon Plus contract, a wrapped ETH token on the chain. This allows the Infinaeon Plus token to appreciate in value. The Infinaeon LP token starts at a 1-to-1 value with Ethereum, but with each transaction, ETH is added to its contract, increasing its value over time. This mechanism ensures that all tokens paired with the Infinaeon Plus token benefits from this appreciation, creating a positive feedback loop of value increase for the entire blockchain, which is something that DeFi has never seen before, and Infinaeon is looking to set a new standard. Last but not least, we have the gas token, which is definitely needed as you use this to operate across the entire blockchain. So the Infinaeon gas token, or Infinaeon ETH, is essentially for executing transactions by covering the associated gas fees within the Infinaeon network, maintaining a 1-to-1 peg with Ethereum, so always the same exact price as ETH. Infinaeon ETH ensures parity in value, facilitating seamless integration and usage. This token can be transferred between Ethereum and Infinaeon networks via the Infinity Bridge, mirroring the functionality seen in platforms like Base and Arbitrum. Infinaeon ETH serves as the primary medium for interacting with the Infinaeon blockchain, providing users with a straightforward, familiar token experience that aligns directly with Ethereum's value. So now we know what Infinaeon is and the tokens that are used to utilize the chain. But let's go ahead and talk exactly how the use of the chain makes the whole chain more and more valuable over time. So each transaction on the blockchain carries a gas fee, a portion of which is directed to the gas token contract in the form of Infinaeon ETH. This contract accumulates Infinaeon ETH until it reaches its designated limit. Now, once that limit is met, that's where all the fun starts. So let's go ahead and talk about exactly where those gas fees go, because I don't think it has been said before, but unlike most of these things getting built where there's one team getting rich off the entire platform, this platform just continually feeds itself, making Infinaeon just more and more valuable, like we discussed, over time. So first up, and the most important place that's going to be getting sent for the health of the blockchain, is the Infinaeon Plus liquidity token. 20% of the collected Infinaeon ETH is swapped for Infinaeon Plus and added to the liquidity pool, fostering the ever-appreciating asset model. Now, when that percent hits the Infinaeon Plus contract, that's going to benefit every single token on the Infinaeon blockchain. Since all project tokens are paired with Infinaeon Plus, the addition to the liquidity pool inherently increases the value of each paired token, benefiting once again the entire ecosystem. That will then lead us into the Infinaeon native token, where a percent of the collected funds are used to buy back Infinaeon tokens. A portion is burned, reducing supply, while the rest is added to the staking pool to support compound staking. Moreover, as the native token is also paired with the Infinaeon Plus, it also benefits from the liquidity pool expansion, basically making it ever growing on both sides, both the native token side and the Infinaeon token side. So the next portion is 5% of the gas fees getting sent to the blockchain income tokens, otherwise known as NFTs. Now, unfortunately, there are no longer any available, as the Infinaeon army is pretty big and getting bigger by the day, and they were bought up pretty quick. But there is definitely a secondary market, so if you're interested in them, you can definitely hook up with someone that already has one, and you could potentially get your hands on one. Then of course the ecosystem needs room to grow, with 25% being allocated to the treasury for further development of the blockchain, community growth, and marketing efforts to increase adoption and secure listings on centralized exchanges. So we are just scratching the surface of the Infinaeon blockchain. The blockchain itself is live on Mainnet, DEX Infinity Swap is live, Lunar Pump is going live March 26th, which I'll be doing an entirely episode on that, which is just a day after the release of this podcast. Also, the Infinaeon wallet is in beta testing. Like we said, the native token is going live April 22nd, and you have until April 17th to go ahead and get into that pre-sale. So if you're hearing about Infinaeon for the first time, you're still early and there's still an opportunity. If you want to keep the conversation going, or you have any questions about Infinaeon, shoot me an email over at cryptooverredbull@gmail.com. Go ahead and hit me up on Twitter at DeFiSean. Hop over to YouTube on my channel, Crypto and Cause Investing. But that's going to do it for today's podcast. And until next time, trade safe.